Hello guys, how are you all doing today? Happy Monday. We are back to work on our Santas and I am so excited. So I've got everything else scheduled out. We'll be going live every day basically. Thanksgiving I'm going to do my usual live at 11 so I can hang out with everybody that I am thankful for, which is all of you guys here on the YouTube streets. But every other day this week at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we'll be here working on the Santa together, trying to get it all finished up before we start December, so you have it as a amazing decoration for your house or to gift to somebody else. So without further ado, and hello Dan, I see you just popped in. Welcome to my live. So without further ado, let's just dive on in. We want to get this going. I am going to go live again at noon today. So in a couple of hours here, because I have a premiere box of yarn that I'm going to unbox, and then I'll probably be working and crocheting and hanging out with you guys. So a more laid back, low key kind of live. But for now, let's dive into the tutorial. So let me just get my screen going here. There we are. Okay, so this is the coat we made last week. Like I said, it kind of looks like a little vest, right, at this point. But we need to do all the edging. We're going to do that today. We're also going to make the sleeves that need to come out from the coat, okay? So that's what we're doing first, is working on those sleeves. And just to show you, I've got the sleeves pattern here. We need to make 2 of them. So let's go ahead and set the coat aside. Grab your crochet hooks. Get your yarn. And I lucked out because there was actually a center pull on this one, you guys. I was so excited. I was like, oh, finally, I don't have to deal with yarn barf while I'm on here with you guys. Let me figure out a good place for this. Okay, this is good. Get my space clear here. And grab your stitch marker as well that you'll be needing. All right. And we're just going to go ahead and dive in. So we start with a chain of 17. So we need to wrap our yarn around and start with a slip knot on your hook, okay? So grabbing those 2 ends, we'll just pull this little loop here and get it nicely tightened onto your hook. Hello, Panda. How's it going? Hugs, hugs. I'm so happy you're off today. You can hang out with me. Yes, let's work the Santa magic. All right, so chain 17. So we're just yarning over and pulling through 17 times. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. See, I'm working my magic pan. I'm already messing up, you guys. Here I am thinking about the edging, not the coat. We're working on the sleeves. I'm so sorry. That's what you get with live. That's what I always say. Hi, Samantha. All right, I made a boo-boo. Okay, let's try again. We're chaining 17, but we're in the sleeve color, you guys. Don't start the edging like I just did. So let me just catch myself up. Apologies. If only I could rewind, but alas, this is live. So we're just making a chain of 17, and because we're making the sleeve, it needs to be in the coat's color. I know, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. It's just a good thing I realized it when we're making the chain, right? And not actually like make the whole sleeve and then it's like, well, that doesn't look that good. All right, so we need to we're going to single crochet. See, I'm already doing this wrong again. We need to single crochet in the second chain from our hook. So going into not this first chain here, we're going to go into the second one and just do a single crochet, okay? And then we'll single crochet all the way across. So let's do that now. So it's 1, going all the way back. Going rogue. I'm going rogue. That's right. Oh my gosh. This always happens to me, right? It's like I feel like my brain and my hands, they don't work at the same speed, and sometimes my hands just start having the mind of their own, and then it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. This is a perfect person to have a tutorial with. No, we always get there in the end. That's what I say, right? As long as we get there in the end, that's what counts. So we're just going around. Here we go. Oh my goodness. I know, Santa, what happened to your sleeve? What is this, a patchwork quilt kind of coat? All right, you guys, chain one and turn. And then we're single crocheting back across for the next few rows here. So we're going to do that now. I know. I mean, it's not like the first mistake I've ever made live. Hi, Dreamy. How's it going today? Yeah. No, I always think it's funny when that happens because I'm like, I mean, it just, you know, it's nothing is perfect when you're crocheting. Something always happens. You flub up somewhere or whatever, but it's always funny when it's live because it's like, oh, so how do I, now what do I do? You know, especially if you're doing a tutorial, then you're like, well, oh my goodness. So funny. So what's everybody working on? Are you working on Santa with me, or you got something else on your hooks today? Let me know. All right, so we're going to chain one and turn our work, and we're going to keep going back and forth here for a couple of more rows till we get through row 4. And we'll just go back across. He went down too many chimneys. Yes, he did. He went down too many chimneys and got a little tipsy off all the milk. Oh my gosh. You being a chicken. Going back down. I bought another one of those kits from Daiso, the Japanese dollar store. So I bought the Advent one, which I finished. There's one thing I'll probably I'll show it to you guys during my next live, because my dad added lights to it. So whenever I give my dad a project, he always like goes to the nth degree, you know, like he just goes crazy with all that stuff. So he added lights to the top part. But I just need to know if I should add one more thing at the peak of the house, the Advent house. So I'll show you guys in the live that's going to be at noon my time. So in just a couple hours here. And you can give me your opinions and help me decide if I should add anything or keep it as it is. But anyways, so Daiso had another kit that they came out with, another wooden Christmas kit. And it was to make a Christmas tree. And you like put it together and it goes, so it becomes 3-dimensional. So you paint it flat and then you piece them together and stuff. It's like got ornaments and there's a present. So I've been working on that too. You're still working on your blanket, Panda? Got like 1.5 to 2 skeins left. Nice. That's great. Okay. So we just finished the 4th row. So we're going to finish this off. Now we'll chain one and turn again. And then we're going to increase here on the end. So 2 and 1. Okay, so just put 2 single crochets in that stitch. Now go across 14 with a single crochet in each. And then we'll do another increase on the other end. Okay. So we're just going across here until we get to the other side. And then we'll do another increase. So we're just building up our sleeve here. Here we go. And then we've gotten to this other side. We're going to put an increase in that last one there. So 2 in the 1, and then we'll chain 1 and turn again so we can work back across with a single crochet across. So it's a gradual increase. That way, you know, you're not getting like a witchy looking cloak where it's tight and then it bells out really big. You know, it's more a gradual increase. So I just actually, Panda, that got me thinking, on my cocoon again that I have going, I actually just got to the second skein. So I was very excited about that because it's like, I finished a skein, you guys. I feel like all I do is get more yarns. I never actually finish, you know, and use up the balls of yarn that I have. So to finish a whole skein, I'm like, yes, one down. But I did buy, what, I think I bought 7 skeins of this color for the cocoon again, because I wasn't sure how much I needed. And that's all they had. So I'm like, I'm taking it. It's on sale for $2.99, you know. All right, so we went back across. That was row 6. We're going to chain 1 and turn our work again. And then we'll do another increase. And then another single crocheting across. So this time it's going to be with 16 single crochets. We'll hit the other side and do another increase on that other side. Ooh, I can't wait to see that too, Dreeny. You'll have to show that to us. You know, I have a Facebook page for Frizzy Bee that's not all that active, I'll admit. I'm like thinking if I should do a Frizzy Bee like group page kind of thing, because I would love to see your guys's things that you're making, and then if you make anything that I've showed tutorials on, I want to see what yours come out looking like. I feel like that might be the best way to go. So maybe when I release memberships here, which is going to be soon, you guys, I only have like, what is it? I just checked. I was at 2,650, almost 52 watch hours. So I'm so close. And we'll get memberships going. I'll get that going. I'll get that group going as well. So that way we can all hang out and show off our works to each other. Hello, Margaret. I'm so glad you could join. I am so glad you could join us. I know you had stuff you were doing this morning and couldn't stick around for Kim's, but I'm glad you're here. All right, so we're just chaining 1 and turning, you guys, and now we're just going back across, just as with single crochets for that gradual increase as we go. That's right. So I did that. I'm working on my cocoon again. I'm working on, obviously we're working on Santa together. And then I'm also working on my Peppermonte snail that I was showing you guys during some of my casual lives where I go on my phone and we have some music playing, just really low-key, lo-fi music. And then we just hang out basically. So that's when I was showing them off. And there was one small issue with the pattern, which I've already told her about, and she's already fixing it or fixed it. So I did frog it back because I am such an OCD person that it was going to bother me. And so, yeah, it was going to bother me. So I frogged it back, but I've already caught back up again, and it looks amazing, you guys. I'm so excited. All right, so I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work again. Okay. And then, so you can count, if you guys are kind of new to doing this, you can count by 2s. When you see these deep lines, these are each 2 rows. So it's 2, 4, 6, and 8. Okay, so we just finished row 8. We're going to go to row 9, which is another increase row. So we're going to increase in either end and then just do single crochets in the remaining 18 stitches here right in the middle as we go on down the line. But yeah, Peppermonte's looking so cute. His snail shell looks perfect. It's amazing. I'm so excited. And then I'm working on some junk journals for some family members, some little mini ones, you guys. So those are coming along nice. Although I might have put too many pages in one of them because it doesn't want to, it's like kind of open a little bit. It's like so stuffed. And then you could close it with the ribbon or the little tie that I have on it. But got a little too carried away, I think. Hello, Tammy. How are you? Good to see you again. All right, and we've got to the other end here, so we're going to do another increase. Extra pepperminty. That's right. That's right. I'm actually going to have her on, you guys. I've already confirmed with her. I just have to set a date with her. But I'm actually going to have the creator of all the snails that are going around and have gone kind of viral. She's going to be on in the Hive series. So she'll come on and I can interview her about her snails. I'm very excited. All right, you guys. So chain 1 and turn and single crochet back across. And just as we've been doing. Nice and easy. Yeah, I just hope I have enough yarn. That's my one concern, because I still have a decent chunk of the red skein that I bought for it, but the white, I've almost finished one ball that I had because I'd already used it. So I have one more ball of the white, and I don't know if it's going to be enough. So I'm kind of playing yarn chicken, and I might have to go buy more, but we'll see. Hopefully it'll be enough to do the decrease on the back side of the pillow part. Yeah. I know. Who knew snails could be so cute, right? All right. And I got some chenille yarns from Dollar Tree that I want to use to make some snails too. I've never used the chenille yarns from them before. I think they're a 5 weight, so I'm looking forward to trying those ones out as well. All right. No worries, Panda. All right, chain 1 and turn. Okay, another increase round you got, or row, excuse me, you guys. So increase on the end. So 2 in the 1, and then go back across with just single crochets. What's everybody working on? Tammy and Margaret, are you guys working on something else? I'm assuming you're probably working on another project. Let me know. Okay, we're going back across. So I don't know how many people will be around on the actual Thanksgiving Day that live here in the States, but I will be coming on at my usual time. So if you would like to hang out for a little bit at 11 a.m. Pacific time on Thanksgiving, I will be here hanging out. So if you want to spend a little part of the day with me, that would be when I'll be on. Ah, you're playing phone tag. All right, we've hit the other end. We're going to do our increase in the other side here. Now we'll chain 1 and turn again, and then we'll go back across one last time just with single crochets. And then this sleeve is done, and all we'll have to do is then stitch it together and then stitch it to the coat. So we'll do that once we finish the other sleeve. Hi, Amy. You're doing lunch with the daycare kiddos? All right, lurk away. Just hang on out. Working on Bag-O-Days, Melancholy Echoes. I am going to make it as a scarf rather than a shawl. Nice. That sounds lovely. Panda, your mom's a chatty Cathy. And Tammy is working on a cardigan and trying to put finishing touches on. Nice. It's great. I know I keep telling myself I need to work on my cocoon again and get it hurried up here, because it's made with Big Twists Get Merry and Mingle, so it's technically a holiday color, although I still think it looks kind of like springy because it has some pink tones in there. Like for me, it looks like leaves and flowers, but they are calling it a Christmas yarn, so you know. Hi, Angela. How's it going? Margaret's making hers in Summer Nights yarn in shades of blue with a silver thread. Ooh, sounds lovely. Is this for you, Margaret? Okay, so that's the sleeve, right? So we will be stitching it down together and then stitching it to our coat. But first, let's make our other one, and then we'll do that, okay? So leave a tail long enough to basically seam the edge and then to stitch it onto your coat, like so. So we're just getting it like that, okay? Set that aside, and we're going to do that one more time, starting with a chain of 17, just as before. What are you working on, Angela? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Single crocheting in the second chain from our hook here, and then all the way back across, so you'll end up with 16 stitches. So we're just working our way back here. Oh, you're gifting it to someone. Nice. Lucky them. I think there was, so usually, because I'm the one that tends to be the crafty one, I will gift people crafty things. And I very rarely will get crafty things gifted my way, but I had, when I left California and I was working in the library system, all my friends that I worked with had put together this really cute, it was like a kind of a scrapbooky card, you know, and they'd put memories down and different things, and my friend had done some little drawings on it. It was, I still have it. It was amazing. I love it. Just very thoughtful, you know. So all right, chain one and turn. We're going to just keep going back around or back across for the next 3 rows, just with single crochets. So you should still have 16 stitches by the end of the 4th row. And also, I don't know if you guys heard me in any of the lives, or I might have mentioned it in my own live, but I was looking for walnuts. And because I found this gal on YouTube, and I believe her channel is called something like Where the Gnomes Live, I think. Anyway, so she makes like these adorable little things that go in fairy houses, and she makes fairy houses and gnomes little, you know, houses and things like that, all these cute little miniatures. And she made these adorable little things with walnut shells. They get hinged, and then she makes these little, like, not a whole world, but one of them she did a mushroom, and you can take the cap off, and the mushroom is hollow, and inside the mushroom she made a couple of little gnomes, like a little husband and wife gnome that can fit into the mushroom, and it's so cute. She even makes a little base for it and everything, and my mom loves gnomes, and so I was thinking of trying to make one for her. So I found ones, they call them jumbo walnuts, but they're not as jumbo as I would like, but it was what I could find at the grocery store. And so my dad helped me last night. He was able to crack some open without breaking the shell. So I've got some at the ready, and I'm excited about it. Angela is working on the ripple blanket and taking care of my fur babies, and eating lunch and lurking. That sounds lovely. My fur babies are sleeping, so I don't have to do too much for them right now. All right, we're working back across. So this is our 4th row, and then we're going to start going back and forth with our increase rows and then our single crochet rows. Thank you, Panda. Yes, please don't forget to put your thumbs up, and helps the channel a lot. And if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. We have a lot of fun over here. All right, so we've almost reached the end, and we'll do our chain 1 and turn here. Okay, boop. Chain 1, turn your work, okay? And then we'll do our increase in the ends with single crochets in the middle. So increase the first one and then single crochet across until you reach the last one, and then we'll do the increase in the last one. So nice and easy. Oh. You made a gnome fairy house, Margaret, with polymer clay over a jar. It was a mushroom and the lid of the jar made into a mushroom cap. Put little stone steps in a door and a window. Oh, that's so whimsical. I love that. That's awesome. Yeah, she makes hers with, and I have done something similar. So she'll make the structure, the initial structure of the body of the characters of the mushroom with foil. Then she'll add masking tape over the whole thing. And then to that, because masking tape, it doesn't paint up that well. So she'll add like she'll peel apart little strips of like paper towel or whatever and glue those on. So it's almost like a little bit like a, what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Not decoupage. Anyway, you know what I mean. But so she'll do that. Once that dries, it becomes well enough for you to then paint. And so that's how she's like putting the structures together. You could just make them with clay and then paint them as well, depending on what you're good at working with, right? But yeah, I can't wait to make them. All right, so I'm just going to go back across. We did our first increase row where we did those on the end. So now we just go back the other way with single crochets in each stitch, right? And our chain one turns at the end every time. That way we're not losing any stitches. We're just turning our work. Hi, Nancy. How are you, my dear? And thank you. Paper mache. Thank you. Gosh, I could not come up with that word. How are you feeling? I hope you're feeling better. We've been missing you. Okay, so we're going back across there. Now we've reached the end. We're going to do a chain one and turn. And then again, we're going to do our increases, okay? So in the last stitch here, or the first stitch here, and then in the last one, we'll do our increases. Then we're going to single crochet in the rest of them. I hope you're feeling better, Nancy. You got to get better if you're going to do all those, what is it, the 25 days of crafting that you're going to start up on? I thought of you. I was at Target and they had a kind of something similar where it was like a 25 days of crafts and they already put the ingredients and things that you need inside of each day for you, and then you would put things together. It's for kids, but it just made me think of you. Ooh, corn fritters with blueberries on top for lunch. That sounds delicious. All right, we're gonna, did we do, hang on, bear with, yep, we're increasing here in the last one. Then we're gonna do our chain one and turn, and then we have another single crochet across row. Good, 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 good. Anybody sipping on anything delicious? I've got my Dutch's had their candy cane mochas out, so I've been getting the candy cane mocha, and it's delicious. Has little peppermints on top, little peppermint sprinkles. Very good. I get it half sweet, but it's still very sweet. So even when you get it half sweet. Here we go. To-do. Okay. And last one. Then chain one and turn again. Okay. And again, we're going to start with an increase. Yeah, it's really good, Margaret. It's good stuff. I shouldn't be drinking it because there is lactose in the soft top that's on top. I get it with coconut milk, but I just take like a lactose pill because I'm like, it's only around once a year, you know? So I'll just I'll torture myself a little bit just so I can enjoy it, right? No coffee on. Yeah. Gotta take a break on that, huh? Acidity, according to my doctor. Drinking water. Don't have anything to drink, Margaret says. Rushing to get downstairs. I forgot to grab anything. Oh my gosh. Well, if you need to run up to grab something, then please feel free to do that. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here making Santa. All right. And an increase here in the last one. Chain 1, turn your work, and then single crochet back across. Hi, Mandy. How you doing? Welcome in. Glad you could join us. We are working on Santa's second sleeve here. The base of his second sleeve. So we're doing his coat today, and we're going to start on his hat today. So we'll see how far we can get. I do have my other live at noon, so if we hopefully can get things done before then. Otherwise, we'll just start the hat today, and then we can finish the hat tomorrow. Back from a walk with the dogs and trying to warm back up again. Yep, we're getting into that season. A lot of people are getting snow already. Oh, perfect. What time are you going to go live tomorrow, Nancy? So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Good. Chain 1, turn. And we're doing our increases, one last increase one, and then we'll do one last single crochet one. So increase on the ends, and then single crochet 20 across here, and then we'll do another single crochet on the other, or another increase on the other end. My goodness, I have mush mouth. Oh no, they don't. Not if your eye is having issues. Okay, 8 p.m. Eastern. So that's 5 o'clock my time. Okay, going back across. And then we will do an increase here in the end. Get in there. All right, so this is my increase here. So 2 in the 1, and then chain 1 and turn. Okay, and then we just have another single crochet across row. Waiting for the snow to dry so I can add the lights to my advent. Nice. My dad added lights to mine, Nancy. I'll show it in the noon live that I'm going to be having today at noon Pacific Standard Time. But yeah, I'm doing a premiere yarn unboxing, and then I'll show off my advent. I got to figure out if I want to add anything to the pitch of the roof, like a star maybe, or a little bow or something like that. So I need your guys' vote in. We'll see. Otherwise, I'll leave it as is. If we agree that it's done, then I'll just leave it. So, because I just can't decide. I keep holding them up because I bought a little pack of random things, Christmassy looking things at Daiso that has like a little presents, little golden bauble ball things, a couple of glittery golden balls, and then a little star and a Merry Christmas and a bow. Those were what came in the little pack, just so I could figure out what I wanted to do. Oh, cool. I'll have to check that out. I'll check out your short. Water for me because I drink too many Cayman Jacks this week. It's a wine cooler. Need to hydrate, huh? All right, so leave enough tail to basically do the seam on the coat and then also to stitch it to the coat. All right, so there's that. All right, so we finished the 2 sleeves. Let me move this over. So just take a little break here while I get resituated. How come it did? Hang on. Oh, gosh. Hello. All right, is this the one I want? Or is this? Nope, this is not the page. Bear with you guys. Okay, good. Here we are. Okay. So we need to decide as well what edging you want on your coat. So you could do either one, and I'll show you the 2 different variations. Let me just grab my Santa here. So the first variation, or the second variation, this is the blue coat variation. You'll see the edging goes all the way down and around the coat. Okay, so it's all the way around it. There's no break in the edging. It just keeps going, okay? So that's one edging. That's the edging that I'm going to do for this green coat. The other edging, though, for the red coat here, looks like this, okay? So it has separate pieces. So it has like a collar that's got the white. Then it has the bottom edging as well. So it's 2 different edging pieces instead of one that carries all the way around. So that's the biggest difference between the coats. The sleeves are the same. The hats are exactly the same. That's the only difference here. So depending on which one you want to do, I do have both patterns, and I will show you both patterns, okay? Okay. So here we go. All right, so you finished your sleeves here. So let's set those aside, and let's get our edging color. So now I'm going to grab my edging color because I messed up earlier, and I was thinking I was using this one, and I wasn't, so... All right, so I've got my edging color. Let me make sure that my camera knows where to focus here. Okay, so the sleeve edges, and let me move my face. Apologies, I'm just gonna hang out here over my hand so you can't see what I'm working on. Here we go. Okay, so with the sleeve edge, it's the same. It doesn't matter which coat you're doing. It's gonna be the same, okay? Yeah, exactly. Toss the sleeves to the side. We're working on the edge. Yes. All right, so we're going to start again with a slip knot on our hook, and we're chaining at 28, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Get myself more strand here. 11, 12, 13, 14, whoops. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so there's 28. All right, so we're going to double crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook. So here's the 1st chain. Let me get it up nice and close here. So 1st chain, 2nd chain. So we're going into this 3rd chain from the hook, yarn over, going into the center of the V, yarn over from the back, pull forward your 3rd loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, okay? So now we'll go ahead and go back across here just with double crochets in each of the stitches, okay? So you're just yarning over, going into the next one, yarn over, pull your 3rd loop forward, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over again, go into the next, get your 3rd loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's the double crochet, and we're just doing that same thing all the way down the line. Nice and easy. Okay, I love this little, it's called Aran Fleck is the color, and it is, I believe, Red Heart. Yeah, it's Red Heart Super Saver. Aran Fleck. This one has those natural tones, and since he's a woodland Santa, I decided on using this instead of your traditional white. But if you have white and that's what you want to use, please feel free to use that. And just try to match it to whatever kind of Santa theme you're going with, right? If you're doing the red one and you want the stark white, do that. Or if you want an off-white, you can do that. Options. More options. Here we go. So these are nice and easy. And it's just this one because it's just that little edging that we're going to be stitching down later. So we just get to the end and then we can fasten this one off and make the other one. Okay, here we go. Oops, split that one. All right, here we go. Did you finish your call, Panda? All right, get myself some more yarn here. Okay, we're almost to the end. Little goobers. What's a little goober? That sounds cute. I like the name, little goobers. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's the sleeve edge. So now you can give yourself a tail to stitch it on. All right, fasten off, pull that end through your loop and set that aside. That's one sleeve edge. We're going to do another one. So give yourself another slip knot on your hook. Boop, and chain another 28 stitches. Funky little guys, cute. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. Okay, there's our 28 chain stitches here. Give myself a little more slack. All right, first double crochet in the third chain from the hook. So 1, 2, and 3. So yarn over, going into that V, yarn over from the back and pull forward your third loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, there's one double crochet. Now do that all the way back down your chain here. Okay, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And we're gone down the line. There we go. I'm excited to unbox my Premier yarn. I don't remember what I bought. I remember the next box that's coming that was actually supposed to come yesterday, but did not come yesterday, so I'm not sure where it is, but I know that box will have some of the Bloom yarn in there because they had run out when I purchased the first box of yarn. They had run out of the Bloom that I wanted, and then I noticed later on that it came back. So that's why I had to do the second order, and that's also why I had to order enough to get free shipping. So, yeah. So this is the first box of yarn that I got. Margaret says, I had a guinea pig named Goober once. German Shepherd was so afraid of him because Goober nibbled on her toenail. Oh no. That's cute though. I had guinea pigs too. I had one named Peanut that we found in our backyard at one point. Or maybe, no, it wasn't our backyard. It was our front yard. That's right. And we found Peanut in our front yard by our juniper bushes. And then we ended up with one named Callie that was one of those kind of calico colored hair, like kind of crazy hair sort of ones. She was very cute. They were lots of fun. They didn't live for too long. So, all right. We are almost done with the second sleeve edge. Okay. And the last one. There we go. All right. Now we can again give ourselves a tail. Cut it away. And pull the tail through the loop and pull tight. Okay. All right. So we've got our second sleeve here. Now, I'm going to go ahead. So let's just try to get the coat done today, okay? But let's get our coat that we were working on. So where did I stick it? It's over here. Okay, so this is my coat that I'm working on, okay? Now, if you guys are going to do the red coat, here, let me just scroll down just slightly here so you can see. So if you're going to do the red coat, you need to make the neck and the bottom edge separately. These are also going to be in the very similar way as we just did the sleeve. So it's just a matter of chaining and then doing your double crochets in the third chain from the hook and double crocheting across. They're just different lengths. That's the only difference, okay? So if you're going to do that one, go ahead and write this down. So for your neck cuff, you need to chain 48. And then you'll double crochet in the third chain from the hook, double crochet across, and you'll end up with 46 stitches at the end, and that's when you'll finish off, okay? And then for your coat bottom, you're going to chain 60, do the same thing, double crochet in the third chain from the hook, double crochet across, and that will give you a total of 58 stitches at the end, okay? And then that's where you're going to cut it. So this, or you can take a snapshot, so that's what you're going to need to do. I am going to be working on the coat edging that's on the other side. So I'm going to move this so you can see the other one. Hang on. Got to move this other one here. So I'm doing this other coat edging, which is right there. Now, when I did this coat edging, I was using a different kind of yarn. That's why it's telling me to do 2 strands. I was using this yarn. Let's see if I can get it to focus on the yarn. I think it's because of that light there. It's actually got sparkle in it. It's a lot thinner yarn than what we're working with now. So I ended up having to use 2 strands because it's like that bonbon yarn that we used, the gold. So it's a lot thinner. So I was having to use a couple strands to try to get the right thickness. And so we don't need to do that because I'm using the 4-weight regular line brand yarn, okay? So it just needs the 1 strand if that's what you're doing. Or if you're using your white, your 4-weight acrylic white yarn, that's fine too. So let's start this edging, okay? So you're gonna do the same thing with starting a slip knot on your hook, like so, okay? And you need to slip stitch to any single crochet on the back bottom edge of the coat. So doesn't matter where. So this is the back bottom edge, okay? So I'm just gonna pick up a stitch here. See, and you did your chain, your single crochet all the way around, makes it nice and easy to add the edge. All right. So slip stitch to connect. Pull your little tail nice and tight there. Okay, now chain 3, and this does count as one of your double crochets. All right, so we're chaining 3, and then we'll go ahead and we're going to start doing our double crochets in every stitch around. But when we reach any of the corners like this, okay, when you've reached the corner, you're going to do the pattern that's shown in parentheses, which is 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets, okay, in that corner stitch to round the corner for you, right? But other than that, you're just going to do double crochets in each of the stitches on the sides to do the edging, okay? So just work on double crocheting till you get to a corner. And then we'll do the corners together. Obsidian with the crazy hair. Oh, is that what they're called, with the crazy hair, Margaret? I didn't know that. Yeah, they're funny. Guinea pigs are funny. They just like mine would run in circles in the cage and make their little sounds that they make, and it would flick the little sawdust out as it would be doing the zoomies. It was really cute. Now we just have cats and fish and some sea monkeys. That's it. And there is another part of this edging that it says in there, which was to add a double in, you know, one space on the bottom, one space on the top. That was, again, because of using a thinner yarn so that it wouldn't pull too tightly and it would give you more slack. That's why you did those extra ones. You don't need to do that, though, if you're using the same thickness as the coat. Okay, you don't need to add any more. But depending on your tension and what kind of yarns you're using, if you notice that it's starting to sort of tug on it, you can always add additional increases as you're working around to make sure that it goes flat for you. Okay, so just keep that in mind as you're working through your edging here. It doesn't matter if we all have the same number at the end, you know what I mean? Like, all you're basically wanting to do is make sure that the coat's edge is not puckering your work at all. It's just laying flat with your work. So as long as it's doing that, you don't need the extra increases anywhere except for the corners, because that will make your corner pucker if you don't put those there. Okay. All right. So now I've reached the corner. Actually, let me do, I think it's the next one for mine. Yeah, this one is my corner. So I'm going to do 2 double crochets. So here's 1. Go back into the same one here. Do 2. All right. Chain 2. So here's 1 and 2. And then do 2 more double crochets all into that same stitch as we turn the bend. 1 more. Okay. So see that? So now you've made a nice little bend here, and now you can go back up the side. Just doing our our double crochets, but only 1 in each of the stitches until we get to the next corner. Used to let Goober out to run around the living room. His favorite hiding spot was under the TV stand. Aw, that's so cute. I don't think the cats would be so good with the guinea pigs, but I mean, who knows? I think that if we had a guinea pig and then, yeah, I just think either they would attack it or it would have to hide in a smaller space than the cat could get into, and then it just doesn't, it seems a little pointless, right? All right. Working up the coat. Working up the coat. And if you come across any of the strands, like for example this one right here, you can work around it, and that's just one less end to have to tie in, right? So I'm going to do that once I get there. So now we're kind of at that angled part of the collar. Okay, and then we've almost reached the top, which is where we're going to do our little corner bit again. So let's see, I'm going to do the corner bit right here. So I'm going to do 2 again, so 2 double crochets. And then we'll do our chain 2. So 1 and 2, and then go back in and do another 2 double crochets to round the bend. Oh no, don't go with that one. Here we go, 1 more. Okay, so we've done our next corner here. Now we're going to work along the neck, and I'm just going to go ahead and do my double crochets around that tail, so that way I'm hiding it inside and I don't have to sew it in later, because that one's already tied off, so I'm not worried about that. I just want one less end to tie in, you know. So this is really personal preference, right? If you did the other one, you have more to sew down versus this one where it's tacking it down for you, right? Because you're doing this along the coat already. So it really just depends on what you like to do. Okay. Moving right along. Dun, 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 dun. Oop, that one split. Let me get that. There we go. Okay. So the long tail, I'm just going to shorten it a wee bit there. Okay, Nancy, feel better. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay. There we go. So that tail is now tied in. Come on, let me go through. Okay, coming up on the next corner, the third corner here. I just love this yarn. It's so pretty. I think Kim said she'd made a poncho with it actually at some point. I gifted mine away during the giveaways, a couple of skeins of each of the two colors that I had, so I don't have enough for a poncho, but I like it for the edging here. All right, so I've hit another corner, so I'm going to do the 2 here, and then we'll do our chain 2, 1 and 2, and then another 2 double crochets. There we go. So we've made our next bend, and now we can go back down the line here with our 1 double crochet in each stitch. Then we do have 1 more corner and then a small straightaway, and we will be fastening off here just momentarily. Yes, it's a red heart yarn. Yep. Red heart. This one's called Aran Fleck. A-R-A-N and then Fleck. F-L-E-C-K. I'm pretty sure it's something like that I used actually for the birdhouse. That's going to be an optional ad on the part 10 of Santa, which is hopefully the last part, but we'll see how much we get done each day. So yeah, I had a darker brown that I had taken the labeling off of, so I'm not 100% sure what yarn it is. So I was going to add a chimney to the birdhouse, but found that I just don't have enough of it. Since I can't tell what it is, I omitted the chimney, but it is still a cute birdhouse, so I'm excited about it. All right, I've reached the other corner. Hi, Moonrose, how's it going? We're going to do our 2 double crochets in the corner, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets in the same stitch as we round the bend, the final bend. And then we just have this small straightaway to get back to the beginning before we can fasten off this edging. Okay. What are you working on, Moonrose? Do you have anything on your hook? Okay, so we're just going back down here. And then we can start stitching the sleeves on and the sleeve edging on. And then we'll have the coat finished. So that's assembling the coat anyway. So we'll do that today. I think that's a good thing that we can get done. And then we'll see if we have time to do any of Santa's hat. Then we'll get started on Santa's hat and go from there. Oh, I'm glad you're doing good. Excellent. All right, we're working down the line. Almost there. Yeah, come on, come on. Just a few more, and then we've reached the other side where we started. Then we're going to slip stitch in that first initial chain 3, which counted as our first double crochet. So we'll do our slip stitch into that, and then we can fasten off our coat edging, you guys. Here we coming up to the end. One more. Hi, David. How are you? Glad to see you again. Okay, so we're in the chain 3. We're just slip stitching in that, okay, to connect the two. Yes, all is well. We just finished the edging here on Santa's coat. So just cut that end there. And then tie, and that's just one end. So these are going to be the ends we need to tie in later, but we'll do that later, okay? All right, so we've done the edging. So now the coat looks like that, okay? So there's the edging. So now let's get our sleeves back, you guys. You need your sleeves and you need your yarn needle. Okay. All right, so with the sleeves, let's go ahead and, I mean, it doesn't really matter, I guess, which way you go about doing this. You could stitch the edgings on first. That's one option. Or you could, you know, stitch them together, add them to the coat, then put the edging on. I'm going to do the latter. So let me get everything kind of out of the way so you guys can see better. All right, so I'm going to thread my needle here with the long tail that we left. And so you have this shape of your yarn. So we're going to be stitching the two sides together. So what I'm going to do first is, do you see that nice braid there? I am going to whip stitch around the wrong side, and then I'm going to flip it, okay? So I want that edging on the outside of the sleeve. So I'm going to then put it to the inside for now, okay? So that we're stitching we'll have the wrong sides, if you will, on the outside, and then the right sides on the inside, then we'll flip, okay? That's what we're doing. Okay, anywho, hello, Mara, how are you? Okay, so going in, you're going across the way here and then going back over to where you started. So you see that? So I'm just picking up the edging stitches here, and we're just whip stitching them together. Okay, creating like a little seam. So see, I've got those two little bumps there. So we're just going to stitch those. And we're just going down this line here so that the edges are connected to create our sleeve shape. Yep, that's it. Right sides together, wrong sides out. And then we can. That's usually how you will do clothes when you're sewing. So that's what we're doing with our crochet clothes. Okay, sorry, I'm out of camera there. All right, here we go. Just going across. And in fact, oops, sorry about that. What I'm going to do also, actually, because we don't really need the pattern at the moment, so let's just take that down. All right, so now you can see better, and I don't have to be shoved in the, I don't want to be shoved in the corner, you guys. So we're just going across, nice and easy. Grabbing the stitches that are opposite each other here. Okay, then you've gotten to the end here, like so. All right, now hi, Lana. Oh, okay, sounds good, sounds good. Okay, so now flip your coat sleeve, okay? It's easier to flip the smaller side through the bigger side, right? So you can see that it made a nice little edging there. Okay, so now get your little needle through the small side there. Okay. All right, so this is the front side of my coat. This is the back side or the inside of my coat, okay? So what you're gonna do, making sure that the seam is on the bottom of your coat, okay? You're gonna tuck the sleeve onto the inside of the coat, okay? So again, this is the front side. You've already flipped this so the right side is out. So you see the nice edging. That's going to make it easier to stitch our little, our edging of the coat sleeve on. And you'll see that my seam here is facing downward, okay? So now, let me make sure I tuck my little, excuse me, let me tuck my little needle through here because we're going to be stitching it on the wrong side as well. So, which in this case is going to be on the inside of the coat, okay? So you're just getting this tucked in, and then you'll see on the other side here, let me get my thread. I know you guys have some tails sticking out here, so you can kind of work around those as well, so that way you don't have to tuck them in later, okay? All right, just trying to make, I know it's kind of a darker thread. So now what we're doing is we're just whip stitching again, but from the underside of the coat, right? So we're just grabbing the stitch, then going back onto the sleeve, and we're just going to whip stitch here. Okay, so making sure you get the coat edge and then the sleeve edge, and then stitch again, coat edge and sleeve edge, and just keep going all the way around. But just make sure sometimes we'll try to pop back out, so you just want to make sure you're grabbing the correct stitches. So make sure it's the edge stitches here. And you can, again, tie these underneath, right? You can go around them so that you don't have to necessarily have another end to weave in. You can just kind of lay them across and then stitch them down this way. So this is just one way to do it. Anna, you owe Margaret a Coke. Oh, I love that. Okay, so we're just going through the coat, going through the sleeve, and whip stitching all the way around. Okay. Hi, Sari Fairy. How's it going? Glad you could come in and say hi. Pop into the live. All right, so again, I'm just going to make sure that I've got my sleeve edge here. All right, and I'm going to go around. So I'm going to cut this little tail away because I stitched around it. One less end to tie in later. Oops. Just trying to take my whole coat with it here. There we go. Okay. We're just going around again. My sleeve is trying to jump out, so we're just making sure it stays in there. Okay, so we're just going through both edges all the way around. There's another tail coming up, so I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to whip stitch around that tail so that way I don't have to sew it in later. The less ends you have to tie in, the better as far as I'm concerned. If you like sewing in loose ends, then you don't have to do this. You could just enjoy getting to sew in additional ends, right? That's like one of those things that's not my favorite. So if I can tuck it around something else like this, I'll do that. Okay. Just making sure I'm getting the right edging here. Okay. I've even tied off ends on the wrong side too that you don't really see. I've just tied the ends together and knotted them because I didn't want to have to sew them in. So, okay, so we're almost done with this first side here. Nearly done. Okay, almost. Just go around here a couple more times and then it should be done. And one way you can double check if you've gotten it all is to look on the right side of the coat and make sure you don't see any gapping anywhere and that everything looks tacked down. If there is any gapping, so when you flip it like this, okay, you go all the way around, just double check your work, making sure you didn't leave any gaps anywhere, and this looks completely tacked down, so we're good on this one. Okay, so now I'm just going to tie these off, okay? So you can pick up a stitch, tie a knot, you can do that. In fact, I'll do that first. So let me just do that real quick. All right, so I just pick up a stitch like so. And then before you pull it all the way through, you go through the loop and tie it off, okay? So you're essentially just knotting it. And then I'm just going to do what I was telling you guys I do sometimes, which is just tying a knot. I tie a knot like this, like a double knot, you know? And then cut these away because this is the inside of the coat. Nobody sees this. It's like the armpit area, right, of the coat. Nobody sees that there's any kind of knotting on that side because he's going to be around him like so. So it's okay to do that, right? Okay, so we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So grab your other sleeve. We can get rid of all these ends. I'll put them in my basket of ends that I've got saved. All right, grab your other side of the coat. Okay, here we are. And again, we're going to put the right sides together. So find that braid and put the braid together, leaving the wrong sides to the outside, okay? And thread your yarn. My mom likes to tie in loose ends, David. She does it for me on my big corner-to-corner blankets. I don't like doing it, though. So you never know. Some people like it, you know? All right, so again, we're going to whip stitch back up the sleeve, and then we will flip it around, and we'll put it into the coat, okay? All right. So we're just going back across here, whip stitch in the edge, all the way down. Okay. So this is saving us a little bit of assembly when we're ready to just do our full assembly of Santa. So we'll already have his coat done, which is nice. One last thing. Hello, Moonrose again, popping in. All right, So we've gotten to the other side here. All right, so again, tucking that smaller side through the bigger side is easier, so I'm doing that. To flip the right side out, like so, okay. Then flatten your sleeve so you know the edge is right here. Okay, now we're gonna put our needle through our coat hole here because we're gonna need to stitch it on the inside, okay? So put it through the gap so that the seam is on the bottom of the coat, okay, facing the bottom. That way the bell of the sleeve will go down from his arm. That's what you're doing, okay? Just like this. You're always welcome to pin it if it's easier. I know that sometimes that is easier to do. All right, so let me see where my end is. Okay. So now we're just going to do our whip stitching again, but to the coat this time. So we're whip stitching our sleeve and our coat together. Just make sure that they're aligned. Okay. So I'm grabbing the sleeve edge, or the coat edge, excuse me, then back over the sleeves edge. And we're going to just whip stitch it all the way around. If there's ends, we're going to whip stitch around those too, so that way we don't have to do it later. There we go. Yeah, Samantha is dropping everybody's channel links, so if you guys want to follow each other, please feel free to do so. You can also drop your own links if you'd like. You can put in the word drop. If you'd like to put your own channel links in there, you can do that. Okay, so we're going all the way. Oops, I meant to go around those. So let me just go around them so I don't have to do this later. Just saves a little bit of time, right? So once we've got this one on, we can just put the sleeve edges on, and then the coat will be, in essence, done. If you have any loose ends to tie in, then you can just tie those in at your leisure, and we'll go from there. We'll start working on the hat. Flower Tammy's got her link up. You guys can go follow her channel as well. So I'm rounding the top part of the coat here. And Moonrose has hers up. Okay. And Crafting Adventures with Amy got hers up. All right. We're rounding the bend. We're almost done with this one, you guys. Exciting. Okay, those two are good. I'm just going to go around this one now. Picking up this stitch. Oops. Making sure my sleeve stays in there like that. Okay, here we go. Kind of mindless, right? Not a whole lot of thinking involved. We're just kind of going around in a circle. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Almost done. Hitting back around here. Just maybe a few more stitches and we're good to go. Okay. Do one more. And then I'm going to check it on the front. All right, so flip it to the front. Oh, sewing pieces together is what deters you from such beautiful projects. Aw. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I get that. I get that. I know sometimes it's easier to just do the no-sew ones, right? Or the low-sew. Low-sew, no-sew. So I think that I am going to do one more stitch because there was not really a gap, but, you know, just in case, I want to make sure. So I'm just tying off now. Okay. And then again, if you want, you can tie a knot with the other one just to make sure that everybody is nice and secured on the inside of your coat. Like so. And cut away these ends. And cut these ones away because we stitched around them. All right, so those loose ends are done. Okay, so there's our sleeves. So our coat is now a coat instead of a jacket, right? So we've got our little bells here. Now we need to just sew the edges on, and that's the last part of the coat anyway. All right, so again with the sleeves, it's kind of this similar sort of thing. You can get your needle on your hook like so. Thank you, Mara. It's so easy. That's right. Oh my goodness. Okay. So you can just stitch the two sides together. We can do the wrong side. So with the braid, we'll just do the wrong sides again. All right. Kind of the same exact thing that we just did, right? With the sleeve, just to do the edging. So we're just kind of stitching the two sides together. You could have, in hindsight, this isn't what I did when I first made the pattern, but you could have just chained and then connected the chain and probably done it that way, but that's all right. All right, so now we're going to flip it. Okay. Putting the little seam that you just did, put that to the bottom so that it aligns with the other seam. And just stretch your little thing out and around your coat. Okay, so it's going to come out further than the green, all right? So you're just going to be stitching it around that braided edge. Okay, and just, all right, let me see, where am I at? This is my, that's just a tail, so I'm right here, okay? So what you can do actually to keep all of these nice edges here is go to the inside of your green. Okay, so pull that to the inside, like so. Okay, and then you can kind of fan this out a little bit. And what you'll do is just pick up the back stitches here, okay? So you're not actually touching the front of the sleeve, you're just picking up the back stitches and stitching them down to the green, okay? And we're gonna go all the way around like that. So we're just getting the back stitch and then getting the braid that we just had on the edge of the green and stitching it down, okay? So this is gonna leave this nice edging here. And the front doesn't get touched, okay? But it's attached to the coat. That's what you want. So you're just basically attaching this edging to your coat sleeve on the inside here so that it won't show. Because even the sleeve has a nice little edge and you don't want to lose that. This little edge right here, don't really want to lose that. So by doing it this way, you don't. You get to keep that nice edge there so it looks like it would on a coat for Santa, right? It doesn't look like all one piece. It separates it nicely for you. So we're just going around and around. Everybody's chatting with each other. Okay. Just to show you the front, so you've got your nice edge there, but you're fastened it already over there, so now we're just finishing it up as we go around. Anybody started watching holiday movies yet? Oops. Sorry about that. Sometimes it likes to try to get the other sleeve. What the heck? I have not yet watched any of the movies. I'm still, like, I've started to decorate the house a little bit. We haven't gotten our Christmas tree out yet, but we did get a couple bins out, so we have our stockings up, and we've gotten a couple little things out, and now we're just basically waiting until after Thanksgiving, and then we'll get out the rest of the bins. My husband wants to wait until at least after Turkey Day to get the Christmas tree up, so. Stuffy construction is wild, yes. That's right. All right, almost done. And you guys haven't gotten yours out yet, David? I'm surprised. I would have thought Shy would be right on that. Get them out, get them out. I think I only have like one turkey up for Thanksgiving. He's like on one of the window ledges, and he'll get put away right after Turkey Day. All right, so we've reached back around to the end. Okay, so go ahead and tie this off. So I'm opening that little loop up, and we're just going to tie this one off. And then you can just stitch the end in a little bit here. Just kind of weave it in. You've watched a bunch already, Mara? Started on Veterans Day weekend? Nice. Okay. And I did have one more end here, so I'll just tie that in really quick. She wants to. Are you the one that's holding her back, David? That's my husband. He's holding me back from decorating. Oh, the Christmas Carol. Yes, I love the Muppet one. It's my favorite. Light the lamp, not the rat. Light the lamp, the rat. All right, so I just tied this one off on the inside. Okay. All right, so there's one sleeve edge. See, nicely done. Now we're going to do the other side, and then we'll be ready to start on the hat. So grab your longer tail. Yeah, my dad and my mom have been watching a bunch of Hallmark movies. My mom's like, yeah, they're kind of corny, but she watches them for my dad because he likes to watch them. So, all right, so I'm just gonna flip again. The right sides are in, wrong sides out. We're just doing our couple stitches here for the edge to be connected. Okay. George C. Scott one. Mini crochet stars. Oh, cute. Okay, so I'm just flipping it back around here, and I'm going to put it onto my coat with these seams together around the edge. Sorry. Okay. Now I'm going to go through the coat to the back side of it. Flipping it a little bit here so I can see the inside, and then we're doing the same thing. Okay, so we're just going to pick up the back stitches. That way we can keep that nice edge, and we will just whip stitch it down to the green. Oh no, don't go outside with no shoes on. That's not a good choice. Too cold out. And hello, Ivy Bee. How are you? How's it going? We're just finishing up Santa's coat. We'll have a little bit of time if we want to get started on his hat, I think. I'm going live in a half an hour here for a different purpose, because I'm going to be unboxing my Premier yarns, showing off my Advent calendar that I finished, and just working on some crochet stuff, you know, hanging out and chit-chatting. Chit-chatting? So we're just starting on the assembly here for the coat. It's one less thing to assemble later on. We're so close. We're almost done, you guys, with the coat anyway. And don't forget the thummies, you guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, although I'm sure most of you are. Am I going to make a Krampus? I know that was our last conversation on. I should let Shy make a Krampus. Shy, if you're there, you need to make a Krampus. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Like the Christmas movies that are a spin on the Groundhog Day movie. Oh yeah, where they have to repeat the day until they get it right. Yeah. My mom always hated the Groundhog Day. She hated those movies and that movie because of the whole repeat thing. So we never watched movies like that because she couldn't stand them. They were not her jam. All right, we're about 2/3 done. Almost done with this guy. You're working on your Kerwin throw. 50 rows left. Of how many total? I'm so patient. It's not hard. It's just whip stitching. It's just time consuming, that's all. It's funny, right? Like you wouldn't think with my ADHD brain that I could deal with this. I know my husband couldn't. It would be too annoying for him, I think. But it's not too bad. I don't mind sewing pieces together. This is pretty good. If you haven't seen it, still on the phone, by the way. Okay, no worries. Your mom's chatting away. No worries. Is there? So there's a Krampus movie? I don't think I knew that. I have not seen the Krampus movie. I think there was like an episode of one of the vampire ones that had a Krampus in there. It was like one of the legacy one, I think. And it had a Krampus that they were trying to like banish. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tie these two ends together. So first I'll tie off this one end. Okay, just making a knot. And then I'm just going to tie these two together, you guys, because I don't want another end to tie in. We're just going to do this. Doop. Okay. And then we can cut them away like so. All right. So here is our coat, you guys. You can see how it's taken shape. So we've got our nice Santa's coat. We will do the belt another time, but we can go ahead and just get started on the hat. because we do have a little bit of time left before I sign on to the other live. Okay, so we need the hat color. So grab back your coat. It's actually your coat color, right? So I'm going to do the green. So grab that back. All right, now let me get on my screen share here. And let's find where the coat is. And the hat, doesn't matter which one you were doing, whether you were doing the red coat, the blue coat, whatever coat you're doing. The hat is the same for both, okay? So we don't need to worry about that. Make sure you guys can see the whole thing. Okay. All right, so chain 3 again, and this one will count as the first double crochet. So grab your ball of yarn. And we're starting with a chain 50, okay? So this has got to go around his head. Not scary? Oh, good. Okay. So chain of 50, okay? So let me count. 49 and 50. Whew. All right, nice long tail. We're slip stitching to connect so that we form a ring to build up his hat. Okay, so we're doing that. So there's the rim size of his hat, okay? So grab your stitch marker and place your stitch marker. Actually, don't place it yet. I lied. Do your chain 3 first, okay? I forgot we're doing that. Okay, chain 3, guys. 1, 2, and 3. Now place your stitchy marker. Oh, my son just got home. They have half days today and tomorrow, so he just got home. All right, so we did our chain is now done. Now we're just doing our double crochets all the way around. So we'll go into the next stitch here, and we'll do our double crochet. And then just keep going, you guys. Go all the way around the ring with double crochets, 1 in each one. All right, so Panda says the Krampus movie is not very scary. And Mara hasn't seen it, but the commercials and saw it definitely gave me the B-movie vibe. That's right. Sometimes those are fun, though, right? Ivy's just listening. And kidlets have some school this week. Yeah, your college kids do, but here in my district, we are off all week. Oh, nice. Hi, son. How was school?
Good. My friend gave me money.
Your friend gave you money? Oh, some change. Nice. There you go. Put that in your piggy bank, right?
Please don't make me at the shop later, Mom, please.
He has his, he's got to get his Tdap. He's not excited about it. You'll be fine.
You're gonna die.
No, it doesn't hurt so bad. You just gotta be brave. You can do it, right? Making my daughter and my husband get the COVID and flu shots as well, so that way everybody just gets finished. What? They're getting their shots. So.
Wait, who?
Daddy and Sissy.
Flu shots?
Margaret says, hi, James.
Hello. I thought you meant I have to get another shot along with the Tdap.
Oh, gotcha.
Please don't make me do that.
Okay. Angela says, looking up what I can do with t-shirt yarn. If you find anything, Angela, please let me know. Because I have seen that yarn. I wanted to try it out because it looks interesting, but let me know if you find anything. Yeah, see, Panda says, you can do it. We believe in you, little dude. See? Everybody's rooting you on. You got this. It's not that bad. Just think about something else. He always makes me laugh when he gets the shots because he he's always very afraid of it, but then when he gets it, he'll make a face or something. And it always makes me laugh. So
last time, remember I cried?
Yeah, but then you went, "Ugh," and you made a really funny face.
That was when we got the COVID like 5 years ago. Mom.
I know. Well, we started laughing. Laughter's the best medicine, I think.
Honestly.
There's Arts and Arthropods. Hello, hello. Yeah, Panda gave you a fist bump. He's like, you got this.
Hey, where's the camera?
It's at the top of the screen. So, oh, there you go. There, he fist bumped you back, Panda. Oh, there you go. Margaret says t-shirt yarn is great for baskets. Don't cover my camera, son. There goes your change that your friend gave you. Oh, so funny.
I like boxes.
Oh, Clifford 2 is coming out, huh? James, honey, this is why I don't go live when you guys are home for the most part. I get picked on. Everybody gets to see how I get picked on, you know? The trick is you got to walk in there like a boss and fake it till you make it, little dude. I like that.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah, the last time, he forgets, but the last time that he got his shot, he was finished, was going out, another kid was coming in to get theirs. And he's like, you got this. It's not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
So, right? Yeah, new pattern to play with.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, Annie. Love you too. All right, so we're just going around. Quite a few stitches, so that's why it's taking a while. But we can just chit-chat and hang out while we do this, right? So I'll probably stay on for another maybe like 10 minutes or so, and then I'll hop off so that I can, you know, get myself ready for the next live, and then I'll be going live again, and we'll just be hanging out. So it'll just be hanging out instead of tutorial mode. So yeah, that t-shirt yarn's pretty cool though. Like, I want to know, do people make t-shirts with them, or is it just the fact that it's made out of t-shirts that it's called t-shirt yarn? Like, are you actually supposed to make t-shirts with it or what? Tell the next kid it was the worst. Like a gangsta. It was the worst, but I powered through and I made it. Oh my goodness. It's too funny. I got my COVID and my flu shots last week, and so I was like, it doesn't even hurt. It's not that bad, you know? He just makes things out to be, in his head, worse than they are. And then when he actually gets them done, it's like, oh, that wasn't that bad. But he forgets that he felt that way. So we have to go through it every time, pretty much. Oh, okay, so it's just because it's made from t-shirts. So you're not actually supposed to really make t-shirts with the t-shirt yarn. That's what I thought. I was like trying to look up, you know, t-shirt yarn, t-shirt tutorial, and I wasn't finding anything. So that must be why, Margaret. Yeah, I wouldn't, because t-shirts are flowy, but then that wouldn't be very flowy. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure, I always like to check on the first one around to make sure we have the right number, because if you don't start the next round with the right number, it can get a little hairy, but we need to make sure that we have 50 stitches, including your chain of 3, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 49, and 50. All right. Plastic yarn. Oh, I wonder if you could make an Ami with it. That would be weird, huh? All right. So, slip stitch, we are going to slip stitch to join after each round. So we've slip stitched to join just like that, okay? And we'll start again with a chain of 3. Okay, add your stitch marker. And then we'll continue on doing another round of double crochets, 1 in each, and just keep on working away. Frizzy Bee challenge, make a t-shirt out of t-shirt yarn. Let's go. Bye, David. Thanks for coming and hanging out for a bit. I've done stuff with plarn. Is that plastic yarn? Plarn. Oh my goodness. Love your mom, but she's got to tell me all, and I mean all the gossip. Oh my gosh. It's so funny. Yep. Mom's like the gossip. That's right. Tell me all the things, or I'll tell you all the things, right? Oh my gosh. So we're just working around. Round and around we go. And then we'll keep on going tomorrow on the hat. So we'll just keep working on the hat, get that done. Moving right along. Da, 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 da. We are moving right along. Ooh, to make the basket with the blanket, or with the, not blanket yarn, the t-shirt yarn, right, Angela? Do they look nice? Sounds interesting. What's the t-shirt yarn's material? Is it like a polyester t-shirt, or? Oh, your mom was not into the gossip, so she would just like to chit-chat about anything but not gossip. Talk about your day. Talk about the weather. What sales are going on at Joann? Nice. So I was telling Froggy, the reason I'm going to open my Premier yarn is I got her to open her scissors. She got some really nice scissors that she had not opened for a couple weeks because she was like, oh, I don't know, they're like so perfect, I don't want to open them. So I told her if she opened her scissors, I would open my Premier box of yarn, and so that's why we're doing this. But I partially didn't open it because I don't know where to put the yarn once I do. I'm running out of room. Got like not enough space for my yarn. Maybe someday. Maybe someday I'll have a yarn room. All right, so we've reached the end. Again, slip stitching here in that chain of 3 to connect. And take your stitch marker off. We're going to be chaining 3 again to start round 3. All right, and place your stitch marker again, just like that. Okay, and we're going to be starting to decrease, and we'll do that gradually, and that will start to make the shape of the hat. Okay, so we'll do 2 double crochets first. So do 2 double crochets. 1, 2, and then a double crochet decrease. So get your double crochet going here. Pull through 1. Don't finish off the second one. Yarn over again, going into the next one. Okay, pull through those 2. Yarn over and pull through all of those loops. So you've just done your double crochet decrease. Now we'll go in and do 3 double crochets. All right, so 1, there's the next one, and the next one. And do another decrease again, double crochet. So going in, yarn over, pull through 2, going into the next one, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through all the ones on your hook. T-shirt yarn made with either polyester or 100% cotton. Nice. Kids were in their 4 years of college to convert one of their rooms into a yarn studio. Okay, yeah, so I have a little ways to go. All right, so we're just doing that same pattern, right? So 3 double crochets and then a double crochet decrease all the way around. Okay, now our double crochet decrease. Going into the next one, yarn over and pull through those. Okay, now going again, next one, and decrease again, going into the next one here and get them together, and we're going down the line. Okay, 2 and 3. So Mara, they didn't make you keep their rooms for whenever they came for a visit? Or do they live really close so they don't really need that? Okay, so now we're just doing 3 double crochets again. And then now we'll do our double crochet decrease. Yeah, I have a little ways to go before that's gonna happen. He's in they call it what is it called? It's like, so his school is split into 2 schools basically. One of them is a middle school, one of them is an intermediary school. So he's in the intermediary school. So kind of a transition into middle school, right? For a couple of years, then you get the 2 years of middle school, and then you go up to high school. So that's how they work it here. Okay, now we're doing another decrease here, so with double crochets, and then we'll do our pattern again. This will be the last row or round for today, because I gotta hop off so that I can get ready to go on again. Okay, so we're getting our double crochet decrease in. There we go. And then we'll do 3 more. That is why I kicked my hubby out of his man cave and took over the whole basement. Now what does he do? That's so funny. Oh my goodness. Okay, and we're doing our last double crochet decrease there, and now we'll do our slip stitch to connect. Okay, so we're slowly going to be doing the same kind of thing and building it up gradually, right? So what we're going to do is let's just start the chain 3, and then we'll place our stitch marker. And that's where we'll start tomorrow when we come back for finishing up the hat. Okay? Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed hanging out with me and working on some Santa today, and we will be back for Santa tomorrow. But in the meantime, if you're not able to come back for hanging out with me in just a few, where I'll just be crocheting on my whips, hanging out, sipping my coffee, and unboxing my yarn, then I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And if you can, I will check you out in just a few minutes. All right, I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.